All right. This one is very similar, okay, except for it doesn't tell us our final answer to example 4. Okay, we have cosecant inverse, and so what they're actually telling us is cosecant of y equals x. So they actually did a step here for us. They told us that you take cosecant on both sides, those cancel, so cosecant of y equals x. Okay, so they did that step for us. And then it says use implicit differentiation to find dy dx in terms of x. So it's very similar to the last one, except we don't know what the final answer should be, but our answer should be all in terms of x's. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just start taking my derivative. I have x's and y's mixed, so this means I will need to use implicit differentiation. So I'm rewriting this. So I'm going to take the derivative. Derivative of cosecant of y would be negative cosecant of y cotangent of y, and I took a derivative of y, so it's dy dx, is equal to 1. Now from here I need to get dy dx by itself. So dy dx equals 1 over negative cosecant of y cotangent of y. And now from here, I'm just going to do a little simplifying because these are reciprocal functions. So cosecant is really 1 over sine of y, and cotangent is really cosine over sine. Actually, let's just make it even easier. Let's just make it tangent, 1 over tangent. So we don't have multiple fractions. Okay, so then we have dy dx is equal to, it's going to be negative. If I have 1 over sine of y, it's just sine of y. And then I'd have 1 over tangent of y. So here's my derivative. I have it in terms of sines and tangent, okay? And now I just need to figure out, well, what are the values of x, okay? Well, cosecant is a reciprocal of sine. So this is really x over 1. And so sine is so it is opposite over hypotenuse. So cosecant is really hypotenuse over my opposite. So I'm going to use this idea to set up my right triangle again, so I can sub in my information here to get it all in terms of x's. So I'm setting up my triangle. My angle is y, my hypotenuse is x, and my opposite is 1. So I go ahead and do Pythagorean Theorem to find this side. So I would say 1 squared plus b squared equals x squared. I got to get b by itself, so I have b squared equals x squared minus 1. And then I would take my square root, plus or minus the square root of x squared minus 1. So that's what goes here. It's going to be the positive version. Okay. And then from here, I'm just going to use this triangle to find sine of y and tangent of y. So I would have negative sine of y. Well, sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So my opposite is 1, my hypotenuse is x. So 1 over x. Okay, tangent is opposite over adjacent. So my opposite is 1 and my adjacent is square root of x squared minus 1. And then from here, what I would do is just simplify. So dy dx is equal to negative. We have 1 in the top, and then I would have x times square root of x squared minus 1. And then this is your derivative for cosecant inverse of x. On this next slide, we actually have all the inverse trig functions. Okay. A lot of times when you're given problems like this, it's prove or show. So you need to go through the implicit differentiation step, but you could always check your answer. Here's the final answer that you should get. But going through those steps really help you to find the inverse. You don't have to memorize these derivatives. Okay. And then your homework is a worksheet. No textbook one for this one. So 3.5 day 2 worksheet. Otherwise, that is it for 3.5 day 2.